New movie day is always a good day to have. Now I got a bunch of stuff here that as I was, starting to get them in and get excited that they were coming, I didn't open any of them because there was more items coming in than I kind of expected. And so, I'm assuming it's subscriber mail, but we're going to call it friend mail from now on. So I got mail from friends. They sent that stuff, and I know one or two of them got confirmed. Like I had some conversations with you guys. So we're going to look and see what's here. But the very first thing I want to talk about is these out of print, overpriced things that I purchased. Now, I tend to not do this. I tend to kind of stay away from it. Very rarely will I pull a trigger on something that was these, at these prices. But recently I traded in a bunch of my DVDs. I got a whole bunch of store credit, and then I found quite a few titles on Blu-ray that way, very inexpensively, that I had already had in my cart for Amazon. So I had already planned on purchasing those and then justifying the cost that I was going to spend on those titles. I was able to just roll it over and justify picking this up. So the same amount of money was being spent, and I got all the titles that I wanted. So this one here, the very first one, it was the cheapest I have ever seen this. Now, normally this one sits at $80 to $100, but I ended up getting it for what I felt was a huge deal. I still felt, like a gut punch. It felt kind of gross paying that price, but the reality is, like I said, I was going to spend that kind of money on quite a few titles that I picked up anyway, and it was License to Drive. So I'm glad to have this in the collection now, and I love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. I have it on VHS. I do have the DVD. I usually don't show it off, but I do have the DVD. Glad to have this now, and on the watch, impressed. Absolutely beautiful picture. Love it. Now, granted, now that I got this one and I finally pulled the trigger on a crazy out-of-print, overpriced title, we're going to probably get a new Blu-ray release or a 4K sometime soon. And with this one, it's okay. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's fine, but finally having the Blu-ray after all this time, it feels pretty good. Now, this is another one. I had this on DVD. I traded in the DVD. I knew this existed, and I said if it came down to a certain price, I would probably pull the trigger. And I was thinking like in the $25 to $30 range. This ended up being quite a bit more, but with that same thing of finding all those titles and the money I was saving, I just rolled it over to here. And we're talking about Armed and Dangerous. Now, this is just a classic. You got Meg Ryan, but John Candy, Eugene Levy, and I absolutely love this film. If you haven't seen this one, they are, they're security guards that kind of got blamed for a botched robbery, or, the robbery gets kind of blamed on them for not doing their job. And it's all an inside job, and they have to try to figure it out. But it's just a classic comedy from the 80s. Absolutely love this one. Glad to have it in the collection now. Then on to the pre-order. Now, this is one that came out Tuesday, and it came on Tuesday. Like, this one showed up on time, and so I kind of forgot all about it until I opened the mail, and we're talking about Pretty in Pink. I didn't have this movie for years. I love this one, and I think the last time I saw it was on cable, but, it's just a classic Molly Ringwald movie, and one that I just haven't revisited in quite a few years, and glad to finally have it in the collection. But I think this 4K was absolutely top-notch. If you're a fan of the film, this is a no-brainer, but it also does include a Blu-ray, which looks incredible as well. Now, I knocked off a few of these things off my wish list, and this is when I noticed that some extra things were coming, and then I found out that there was some friend mail. But I picked up Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. I thought this was a pretty good price on it. It was really inexpensive, but this is a movie that I probably haven't seen in, 15 years or more. So it's something I'll be looking forward to re-diving into this. But this one had a little bit of controversy. There was some, missing footage from the film that apparently he wanted in, then he passed away. And there's all these conspiracy theories and conversations surrounding this film as to maybe why or what happened. And I don't know if I buy any of all that stuff, but I love this film. And it is an intriguing element that piece is missing from the film. Now, this one here, all-time favorite movie. I talk about it all the time. It makes my second favorite film of all time, and we're talking about The Fifth Element. There's another version, and if you know me, I'm trying to collect every single version that there is, and the different covers, and pretty much from all around the world, as many as I can get. And this is one I didn't have, and I love this one. So you have the iconic, Lilu leaping off the building. Absolutely love that, and I think it's just top notch. Now, it's just a simple standard Blu-ray. I have many of these, but I didn't have that artwork before, and just another addition to that collection. Now, these two here, now I picked them up. Amazon was having buy two 50% off sale, and I think that's still going on at the time of recording this. But somebody else made a video. Brian over at Last Movie Standing was making a video about When Harry Met Sally. Now, I never really cared for the film all that much, but I've also changed my taste in what I like. And so there's films that I saw 10, 15, 20 years ago that I wasn't really into that I love now. So he made a video talking about this. This movie is from the 4K scan, the restoration they did on this Blu-ray. And there is a 4K version available, but I didn't need to get any of those versions, and I was willing to give this one a shot. It had the sale price, and then I picked up a movie that I absolutely love, and I had it on DVD, and so I wanted to get this one anyway, so I justified it by getting these both on sale. And it was When Harry Met Sally, the Shout Select version, and then I picked up Houseboat, the Kino Lorber version. I think this is the only time this has ever been on Blu-ray, because I said I only had the DVD for the longest time, but these are just classic films. And then this one here, I actually have just a strong connection to it because it was one of my dad's favorite films, and when I was a kid, I didn't like the film, but this one has grown on me over the years. It has become one of my favorite films, and it's just a just a nice rom-com. Really enjoy it, and it comes from a simpler time. So this is one that I've been able to really enjoy with my younger kid, and just I think it's a fun film. Now, as we went into this, this was the sale. So this is the one that I was like, I don't need to do anything else. I got next month coming. I got some anticipated titles, but this one popped up and I just couldn't pass it by because this was originally $200, and then this was the UK version. So I think it was a little bit more pricey, but then it dropped down to $135, and then it dropped down to $124. And then at the time of like recording this, there's two left, and I think they're about $100 right now. And we're talking about Friends, the UK box set. Now, this is something that I'm going to open it up live right here because I don't know if I've seen anybody open these yet at all. It's actually really thick cellophane. But this one here is a TV show that I love. I revisit this regularly. I've had just the DVDs for the longest time. I never did the Blu-ray, but this is a show that it gets a yearly watch for me. And there's any time that I'm just kind of bored and nothing better to do, it's easy to pop in one of these shows. I got a little bit of time, and it's just a nice thing to revisit. So it comes in this nice rigid hard box, and it comes with this little booklet, which is nice because it has all of the seasons and then the different episodes, how they were. So that's actually kind of nice because that's something that they used to do all the time with the DVDs, but I haven't really noticed it with some of the Blu-rays. I don't have all the Blu-ray TV shows, but the few that I have, they're all used. So maybe if they came with a booklet, it's maybe lost. But this is a nice hard rigid box. The J card on here is stuck to the back. I actually don't need to take it off, but I was like, it's not a big deal. It's stuck on there pretty good. I think the art is just pretty much the same all around. Now with these, I wanted to get the UK version because I figured not many people in America would have it, and even though they're 4Ks and they're region free, I think this here, the supplemental disc, might have been a Blu-ray. Yeah, these are Blu-rays. I'm not sure if they're region locked or not. It doesn't indicate it, but it's very possible that they are. But really looking forward to this. I like the design and the aesthetic of this, and it was 100% cheaper than getting the American version because right now, even with the sale, I think it's like $155. So I love this, but you have the different seasons. This one is season 1 and 2. This one is season 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and then your supplemental. Now on all of these, they just had, something, just a still image from each of the episodes. So nothing crazy. I think the artwork is okay. It's something different. It's something we've never seen. We usually get the standard Friends, just a few different options. But this is a show that I love. Happy to have this, and pulling the trigger on it, it was just a no-brainer for me. Absolutely love this one. Now, let's see, I got these ones. Now, these were here. This was something that it's a very unique package and unique design. So I got all that stuff there, but then I have these. Let's see, move that out of the way. Okay, got all that. All right, so this is something that it's a Japanese. Let's see. So this is a Japanese box set, and it's interesting because one, I only found it by accident. So I had a flood that damaged a bunch of my movies and the movie covers because it went up to the very bottom shelf, and all that paper just got soaked and wet. And some of that stuff, I mean, most of the discs work and there's no big deal there, but this is one of my favorite movies, and it was only on the bottom shelf because that was the drama section, because that was something that gets asked all the time. If it was one of your favorite movies, how come it was at the bottom shelf? Because that was where I had all the drama movies. Now this one here is Black Swan. Now this is something that came out a long time ago, but this is a Japanese release. And it's interesting because it's a Blu-ray, but it's in the size of a DVD case. So this is right here is the display box. And I could have found another version of the movie, but to replace it, I just like the artwork on the Japanese version. And this right here is just really cool. It's going to sit on the shelf very nicely. It opens up like this. As we open this up, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Some booklets, and there's like a cell frame from the movie. Absolutely love this, but this is what I was looking for. Now, there was a version that I think Target might have had it. There was a version that used similar artwork to this, and that's what I was actually looking for. And then when I came across this, I knew it was something I wanted, but it was long out of print. It was hard to find, but then I finally found one for a decent deal, and I pulled the trigger, and I absolutely love that. Now, it's an interesting thing because of the big giant display that it comes in, but then with the thing that bothers me all the time about the artwork is having the big ugly banners on a lot of this stuff, especially here in America. This one, when you take off the slipcover, it doesn't have that big ugly banner. Now, this will bother a lot of people with the Japanese art, or lettering, but that doesn't bother me. I think the artwork here is just absolutely top notch. This is 100% a display piece. The fact that there is a Blu-ray included, and there's 3 discs. The reason most people stay away from stuff like this anyway is because of it being region locked. But this is something that I haven't had any issue because Japan is region A, just like us. Now, the only issue you'll have is if it's a movie that's not English, you're probably going to have an issue where you're not going to be able to have the subtitles. Many of the Japanese movies that people have imported, that was their biggest complaint. But this is an American movie, so of course it has the English language version with Japanese subtitles that you can turn off. But this is just a beautiful piece. Glad to have this in the collection now. And I think just an overall beautiful display. I like the extras, and I like the display piece. Now, it's not for me all about the packaging and the cardboard. I like the movies. I like the transfer. If a 4K version of this movie came out, of course, I'd be picking that up as well. But as I had to replace this movie already, I was like, I might as well get the one that I like better. Now, as we close this down, put this in, and then this did have a J card, but I mean, obviously, I don't read Japanese. So, I mean, it's kind of cool to have it, but it's also very thin and flimsy. I don't need to keep it other than scanning the barcode for my my movie collection app. But the one thing I really do like about this is that it comes with, so you can put this J card back on if you want, or you can leave it off, but comes with this sleeve, and this is something that I didn't always get into these protective sleeves, but something like that, especially with the jewels that are on there, probably easy to fall off, so. Okay, now on to the friend mail. Now, the very first one here this is something that I'm very curious as to what it could be. Let's see, the paper here, what does it say? Let's see. It says, a gift for you. I think you'll enjoy this one. Was glad to see you added it to your wish list. Enjoy, Marty. Thank you. Thank you, Marty. And then, oh wow! This is one that I had. I just added this to the wish list. You recommended it, and I was gonna pick it up. This is one that I was gonna, coming next month that I knew I wanted to grab. Oh, thank you very much. This is This is a nice gift. Thank you very much. So this is I don't have any Barbara Streisand movies in my collection, and it's What's Up Doc with Barbara Streisand and Ryan O'Neal. I saw the trailer after Marty recommended this, and I was like, I'm hooked. I got to get this. I got to check it out. It looks like it's right up my alley, and it's a Warner Archive. So this was a really cool gift. Thank you very much. And one thing that I've decided to start doing is, not the thing, but if I start getting more of this friend mail and people, I want to pay it forward. So I'll be doing more giveaways coming up very soon, and it's just a really fun thing. So if I get something, I want to give back. Now the next thing here is this one. Now, this is a box, and I know that it's something that it was part of this friend mail because it comes across, it says 80s made on it, and I was like, I gotta check it out. So I already sliced it open, but I haven't like seen what was in here yet. So as we open this up, it says, let's see, what is this? Where's it? So that's the receipt, that's the thing. Here we go. It says, a gift for you, awesome movie to add to your Mark Dacascos collection. Oh, from TJ. Thank you, brother. Thank you. This is something that, what could it be? I don't know. I know I added some stuff because you guys were talking about it, but let's see. What was this? This came in a giant box. It was very light. That was why I was just like, what is this? Oh my goodness. That right there is that's unexpected. This is very unexpected. Thank you. You did not have to do this. Brotherhood of the Wolf on 4K. Now this is a great thing. This has been recommended to me for so long, and I've been putting it off, and I'm gonna watch this today actually. So this is a really cool thing. I'm gonna watch this today. I want to be able to talk about this. Oh, that is awesome, brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, thank you for those. Love those. And then I have one more friend mail. Now this one here, it comes from Movies and Donuts because he emailed me already. It says, enjoy your gift from Movies and Donuts. Okay. Now, these ones here, I opened them up, I saw what they were, and this is a great thing. And I appreciate it because, the one movie means a ton to me. And this is another one that I had planned on getting, very soon, like rolling into next month. It was very high on my list because there's another one that I had the DVD, I got rid of the DVD. It's one of my favorite movies, and then I have a connection to my dad in this movie. And so it's Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz, and The Long, Long Trailer. Now, if you've never seen this one, this is just a classic film that, she wants him to buy this trailer. He has to learn how to do it and drive it. And along the way, they actually get into a giant fight, and great rom-com. Love this movie, and just classic. You have the sight gags, you have the physical humor. Everything about this is just it's a movie from a different time. They don't make movies like this anymore. And this is one that the very first time I ever watched it, I was probably like 13 or 14, in that range. I definitely was like early teens, and I don't think I laughed out so hard at one of these older films, at that time. And so this one has been a part of my life for a while, but first time on Blu-ray. Love this. This is an awesome one. Thank you. Now, this is one that I had put into my wish list because these are both here Olive Films. I've been trying to get as many Olive Films as they are. Now, I saw the trailer on this. It has, the cast I like. So you got Stephen Dorff, Reese Witherspoon. I don't know if I'm going to like the film, but I definitely, want to add all the Olive Films because once they go out of print, they're going to be extremely hard to find. And a lot of these movies on Olive Films have never been put on another format by anybody else. And so, I'm just trying to get some of them while they're at decent prices. So that's why these were in here, but I knew nothing really about them. I've seen both of the trailers. And so this first one here is SFW by Stephen Dorff and Reese Witherspoon. Fate made them hostages and the media made them stars. That's exactly what I got out of the trailer. But at the same time, I'm not sure if it's like 100% a me movie, and the disc is a little dislodged, but it should be okay. And if not, I'll have to trade it in and send it back. But this is something that I'm really looking forward to. That one, the trailer looked top notch, but this is one that I was actually a little bit excited for. So when I saw this, how to stuff a wild bikini. This has got Mickey Rooney and that Funicello. This giant cast: Buster Keaton, tons of people in here. But then it just reminded me, I don't know if it's exactly, but those beach movies from that time period, but it's got like the beach movie element, but then it's also got like the motorcycle element. And so I remember seeing a lot of those movies, but I don't know if there was ever like a crossover or if it was actually normal. So this is something that I was really glad to get. Now this is really cool. Another one that I had high on my radar because it is an Olive Films, and so I was trying to knock those out as soon as possible. So that was it. So that was my haul. That was everything I picked up, the stuff that was given to me. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. For members only content and stuff like that, we do have 2 member options, one on the store site where all the merch is, and we have one here on YouTube. With that, you're going to want to check out this video right here. Remember to watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.